Welcome to another episode of Painfully Fabulous. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Christine. We are CRPS warriors and here to remind you.
When life is painful, you can still be fabulous.
Okay. Welcome to another episode of Painfully Fabulous. Today, Kristen and I are going to do something a little bit different. I want to share our peaks and our pits for the week. Do you want to start, Kristen?
I don't have a peak, and that is my pit. We just finished November, and I'm pooped, and I'm tired, and I'm sore. Couple days of recovery, I'll be fine. What's yours?
Well, I think my pit has been every year when I go to Curacao, I usually have 3 things that break down when I'm away. And I've had that happen this week. So before I go, I've had my TV went, I had to buy a new TV. My son's bed broke. My Cricut broke. And now both my dogs have something wrong with them that have to go to the vet. So that's my peak in a nutshell. That was my pit. I'm sorry, not my peak, my pit.
Give me your peak.
That's my peak in a nutshell. No, that's my pit in a nutshell.
Oh, I am not editing this for the record.
Oh, great. Okay, so that's my pit for the record. My peak has been everything that we've accomplished for November. So much interaction on the group. I'm so excited about the Conquer CRPS Warrior calendars that we've worked on coming out. There's been a lot that we've accomplished, and that has been my peak because it's held me together for everything else that's been going on in my life. So those are my peaks in my pit. But
well, just on a personal level, I got to thank you for twisting my switch of my thinking, because that's exactly right. This has been keeping us afloat. Things are really tough in our reality, but our success is substantial, we could say.
Yeah, it's really what's kept me going, because if I didn't have that to think on, or even interacting on the group with people, I would be really probably in a bad depression. But I'm not.
Exactly.
Physically, we're not doing so well, but mentally, I'm okay. So that's good.
Yeah. I have been up since 2:30 this morning, but here we are being our painfully fabulous selves, ready for another wonderful episode.
That's right.
So some of you might know that Christine and I are part of the dream team at Conquer CRPS, like we just talked about. We've been helping patients and doctors navigate through life with CRPS since 2018.
Yes. And in case you're not familiar with CRPS, it's a chronic pain condition that causes the highest rated pain on the McGill Pain Index. It affects every nervous system in a patient's body, and there's no cure yet.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So we understand pain and we help others conquer it. So we thought it could be helpful for us to get together, share some of the most common questions that we've been asked over the years in a new little series, maybe chronic pain question and answer time.
For our first chronic pain question and answer, we wanted to focus on the colder months, since they're approaching us so quickly. On that note, have you gotten any snow yet, Kristen?
Not yet. And on on a CRPS level, I'm happy that I haven't received snow yet, but the cold, brown murkiness is getting kind of depressing.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, they're calling for snow this weekend here, about 6 centimeters. Now, I have talked to other warriors, like in Sudbury, they've got 30 centimeters, and I told them to keep it there. I know out west, they've got snow. They can keep it there too. We've had a lot of rain and a lot of cold, and that affects everybody too, as we all know. Yeah. So
we're like little meteorologists with our body. We know if it's going to rain before it rains.
Exactly. So one of the most common questions this time of year is, how do you handle the cold when you have chronic pain?
We both live in Canada, as we just mentioned. So, I mean, we got to know a thing or two about this.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of people from other countries here. So please know that Canada, not all of Canada is like Eskimos. We, have 4 seasons. but our winters are cold. So, anyway, my my tip, I guess, for dealing with the cold is I use heating blankets because they can provide really great comfort and warmth while I'm at home. I have two. I use like a heated throw in the living room, and I also have a heated blanket on my bed through the winter months. Now, one thing we do have to remember though is that you have to remember to turn them off
Yes.
because they can catch fire so quickly. My heated throw does have a timer on it, so that's nice. It'll only stay on for so long, but the heated blanket on my bed does not. So just always pay attention to that if you do purchase them.
Yeah, absolutely. Turn it off and unplug it if you're not using it.
That's right.
But yeah, great idea, Christine. Heated
Mhm.
blanket. I have a little one. I want one for my whole bed. I couldn't imagine.
Oh, it's so nice. Before I come to bed, I turn it on so that the bed is nice and warm when I get into it.
Are you
And then,
kidding?
I just put it on low for the rest of the night. It's like, yeah,
Wow. Yeah, that sounds lovely. I like that.
it is.
One of my tips for is if you have to go outside, because sometimes you have to, use hand or sock warmers. They're these little packs. You can buy them at the dollar store. They can last for up to 6 hours. If you can't find them at the dollar store, or if I can't link them, just make them. Take 2 pieces of fabric, sew them together, fill it with rice, throw it in the microwave for a couple of seconds, and then put it in your sock before you go. I mean, it'll last for a little while and it keeps you warm. You'd be surprised.
Yeah. And you know what? For those that can afford it, and that like rechargeable things, they now offer rechargeable ones on Amazon. I've seen them just like this week. It must be because of the Black Friday sales and Christmas gift ideas and stuff like that. But so you can check those out too.
Too funny you just say that. Have you seen the heated jackets?
Yes, I have.
I want one. It's a whole jacket and you hit a button and it heats up. Oh,
I know they're coming out with so much, so that's a good thing for us,
yeah.
especially. But yeah,
All right, on to the next tip, my dearie do.
so I suggest dressing in layers. So we're not looking to always be fashionable, although because we're fabulous, painfully fabulous, we probably do want to look a little fashionable. But we want comfort. You can wear long undershirts underneath your clothes, and tucking them into your pants um, does it makes a big difference because then it doesn't let drafts get up there, and you don't get cold chills or tense muscles. That helps a lot. So, and I'm forever, taking my sweater off, putting it back on. So, dressing in layers is awesome.
Yeah. I remember when somebody recommended this to me, I'm like, but my CRPS is in my arms and my leg. Like, how is protecting my abdomen gonna help me? But you're right. The second it gets a little tiny chilly in there, your body does tense up. It hurts.
Oh
So,
yeah, and I've noticed even from these colder months, my back muscles, everything, like neck, everything, because you don't even realize it. Sometimes you're, like this. But
exactly.
yeah, so it helps.
Exactly. Also, to protect the drafts then that come in on underneath your clothes, you can wear leg warmers. They're pretty cool looking, just saying. Leg warmers can go over or under your pants. You can get some long, fuzzy socks if you can tolerate them. If the seams on the socks bother you, flip them inside out. They won't touch your toes. And slippers around the house. Keep them next to your chair or your bed. If you're sitting up and you don't have them on for a second, keep them really close so your feet don't have to touch the floor. That's shocking.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. And then you can choose whichever hot beverage you like. Keep a variety available. Um, there you go. Yeah. See, warming up with a nice hot chocolate, the heated blankets, so comforting. Um, Now I've just been getting the Tim Hortons hot chocolate, but they've also got the white hot chocolate out and the peppermint hot chocolate, right? So you have your choices. Even if you don't want to buy Tim Hortons, you can make your own.
Don't forget the classic French vanilla cappuccino.
Oh, well, there you go. See, I'm
That's
not
my
coffee.
grandfather's favorite.
But you know what? Like, for instance, the hot chocolate. If you want the peppermint hot chocolate, do what they do. All they do is sprinkle candy cane bits in it. So
Yeah.
get yourself some hot chocolate and break a candy cane down. I'm gonna
You
get.
don't even have to break the candy cane down. Use it as your stir stick, and then you could suck on it too. And the oh, it's a good combo. Now I want hot chocolate, Christine.
I just said I'm going to get one after this now. So, well, I only live a block away, so
Really? Okay, that's convenient.
I know.
One more tip that I will share is if you can tolerate it, take a warm shower or a warm bath. Nothing feels better sometimes than just soaking in the warmth. Or take a warm towel and put it on the back of your neck. You just held your neck. It made me think a little bit of warmth would feel so nice there, wouldn't it?
Oh yes. It's funny. It's funny you bring that up because I just had the radio frequency ablation on my back, and I had said to my doctor, because he was on about doing pool exercises and everything like that, and sure, not a problem. So I tried. The problem after though is that I kept getting these back spasms. Muscles in my back were just spasming. And I said to him, I don't know what to do. And he said, well, are you doing warm water? And I said, no, we don't have a warm water pool here. So he said, to stop that, you have to go right home into a hot shower. So it has to benefit us for sure, not just keeping us warm, but keeping our muscles loose. And I'm sure that's like normal for everybody that does it, right? But I never even thought of that from the pool.
So if you're lucky, you could be like Christine, who
Yes.
travels to a warmer oh, look at her go. Christine travels to a warmer climate during the winter months to stay warm. And although this is impossible for everybody, she has some really good tips to help you maybe make the best of your trip and your back.
That's right. So I tend to go to Curacao. I find it rather cheap, actually. For 3 months, I've been lucky enough to establish a place, and I spend under $5,000 for 3 months. And I've been doing this for about 3 years because I just can't tolerate the colder months. So the other thing that there is the weather, because there's zero humidity. I find that very helpful because that in itself, you could go from here to Florida or anywhere else that has hot weather, but the humidity I find hurts just as much. So not only that, you've got the vitamin D, because we all know how that helps, and it makes you feel so much better mentally.
Yeah.
I just come home so much happier. And then I've got the pool or the ocean to swim in, which really helps with physical therapy.
Gives you the warm water that your physiotherapist was just talking about, eh?
Yeah, the warm water. And you know what? It's so true because it's so hot there. It's like bath water, but the ocean, not so much, but the pool for sure. So if you do want to start traveling, you can get a travel agent, but you can also just look online. What we did the first year was we found a great Airbnb spot. We built a great rapport with the owner of the Airbnb, right? So doing that, then you can go back next year, not through Airbnb, but directly with the person that owns it, which then drops the prices. So that's, how we managed to do it. And I just love it. Just love it. I am very lucky, and I don't want people to think that I'm full of myself or anything like that because of it, but because I do know I'm very lucky.
Christine has been living with complex regional pain syndrome for 20 years in September. The girl deserves 3 months a year of a vacation, and even then she's not 100% pain-free. She's still in pain, and she worked hard for this, guys.
Yeah, well, that's true. I just, I know there's people on our group or that watch this, and I don't want them to think, because it is possible. And a lot of people may think I could never do that. And maybe you can't do it right now, but it is possible. If you want to do it, you can plan for it, and, you can make it happen. Put it into the atmosphere.
Put it into the universe anyways. I want $1
That's it.
million, a unicorn, and Curacao.
Yeah. What did you just say? The universe. That's better than the atmosphere.
Yes. Put it into the universe, your wishes.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
No, that's awesome, Christine.
Yeah.
Again, you truly deserve it, and your experience. It's been really cool to be a part of it from Nova Scotia. Honestly,
Well, like I said, I still want to try and do a podcast or two while I'm there. Yeah. So hopefully the internet is good to us, but yeah.
we have our annual "What's Outside Your Window" game coming up.
Yeah. Talking about that, we should cover one more little thing before we leave.
Yes.
Our lighting. We do not have proper equipment for this, and I can see shadows forming behind me now.
Hang
yeah.
on. We're gonna do something completely separate for that in just a second.
Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell below to get notified of our upcoming episodes. And stay painfully fabulous.
Bing!